everyone. Welcome to Bourbon Battles. I'm Joe.
Chad.
Hey, we're going to get into a blind battle. Chad doesn't even have any idea what we're doing today, do you? You don't have any idea what we're talking about? None of that. We got to talk about a few things, then we're going to do a blind battle.
Okay.
You want to talk about a few things?
Okay.
So let's first off talk about the Patreon page, bourbonbattles.com/Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
We now have multiple Patreon members. We have
good.
two.
Two.
So just so everybody knows, go check that out. Bourbon Battles. Is that Mike? Answer that and ask him if he wants to be a Patreon member. Oh boy. So he needs to be. So the way that works is there's a couple different levels in there. Yes, it costs money. You want us to wait, bud? You good?
I'm shutting it down.
Okay. So it does cost a couple bucks. The lowest level doesn't get you a whole lot. It won't get you what we're getting ready to talk about, but the middle and the third tiers will cost you about the price of a cup of coffee a month. And we've got a couple guys, Joe O and Steve K. You guys are awesome. You're hopefully you've received your little packets by now in the mail, and you'll see that you knew you were getting some stuff, and you're getting some stuff you didn't know you were getting. That's kind of cool, isn't it? You don't even know what's in there. One thing I want to note is every month starting in December, we will have a giveaway for Patreon members.
Yep.
The giveaway will be better depending on how many Patreon members we have.
I think the giveaway should be better depending on... Yeah, that's fine. It's all that not. Anyway, go ahead.
Just new stuff, bud. We got to get to drinking them.
Okay.
So once a month, no certain day, we'll do it once a month. We'll do it in December. There will be a drawing that only applies to Patreon members. We got a real nice something for you guys this month. So as of right now, it'll either be Joe or Steve.
What is it? What is it going to be?
Why can't I don't know exactly, but it'll be good.
Real nice.
Real nice. We have another giveaway coming up that we want to talk about before we get into today's episode. Chad and I are going to go over to Red Barrel Liquors in Mooresville. If you've not been to Red Barrel, get over there, check it out. Bunch of store picks. And he's got a bunch more store picks coming by the end of the year. Some good stuff. So keep up on that Red Barrel stuff. Follow him on all his social media, just like you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikToks.
Is that with an S?
Which one?
The last one.
TikToks?
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to what?
Opposed to no S.
No, I don't think you know what you're talking about. So follow Red Barrel over there. They've got some stuff, but this might be the best episode we've ever done. Chad and I are going to sit down as soon as we get done filming this. We're going to get Alex on the horn, and we're going to figure out when we're going to film this. It'll be in the next couple of videos. That's all I can promise you. I think it's going to be 2 videos away. And basically, you'll be able to vote. We're each going to buy, the three of us, we're each going to get $100 worth of whiskey. That's the only stipulation. And so let's just say Chad goes first, and he's got this on the shelf. Boom, you pick this, and...
I would not.
Oh, this is just a for instance, because it was the closest thing. And this is $69. It means you have $31 left to spend, and Stag Junior is off forever, but nobody else can pick it. So my guess would be, if you go first or I go first, and you picked an Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, it would be out. Nobody else could pick it. Now you could pick a different Evan Williams product, but you can't duplicate in any size. So it's not like you can go buy a pint of it. Whatever. So that's coming. You'll be able to vote for who you think got the best value. You'll be able to win that whiskey. Just for free. And there'll be 3 winners, one from each person that picks. We're giving away $300 worth of whiskey. And there'll be a voting structure, and you can vote. You can vote on different social media platforms. You can actually get multiple votes, but you can only win one. Fair enough? We don't want Mike winning all 3, do we?
I don't care if he wins all 3, if he doesn't win any.
He won't. So the other thing we want to show you, let us know if you'd like to have one of these. What do you think of that? It doesn't show up very good, so I'll put a picture of it on the screen now. Having these flasks made. We haven't really determined what that exactly costs, but if you're interested in one, shoot me an email at bourbonbattlesblind@gmail.com, and we'll get you the details. We'll get one of those things out in the mail to you.
Yeah.
Hey, I bet you one of those shows up at some point in the Patreon giveaway.
It could.
With whiskey in it.
It could.
You have to join Patreon to know. That's and get all the details there. So, what else do we got to talk about? Hey, we also want to let you know that Chad and I are available for corporate events.
That's a true story.
Yeah, I've been researching all the bartending walls. We're good to go.
I tried to tell you that 6 months ago.
You did?
Yes.
For private events?
Yes.
Okay. So we can come out with your clients and everything and do a blind whiskey tasting for up to, let's cap it at 5,000 people. What do you say? No more than that.
Sure.
Okay, so no more than 5,000 people.
It'd be fun though.
Yeah, I think you'd be, no, that does have a fee associated with it, but it would be very reasonable. And Chad will wear a suit.
It would be, I could.
I
could even shave.
You would?
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's fine.
So one last thing before we get into our episode, kind of lost my train of thought there, so we might have to come back to that. Live stream. So
let's do one.
The hope is the $100 challenge will be revealed on our first live stream.
It'd be perfect.
So again, we'll sit down with Chad. Maybe we get Alex involved in the live stream.
If he's part of the $100 challenge, yeah, we're gonna have.
Yeah, he can be there. And we'll get that squared away. We'll start doing live streams on a more regular basis. Not going to commit to any time frame, but more regular. There will also be separate.
More regular than what? Never? Yeah, that'd probably be easy to do.
Well, I'm not going to say we're going to do one every month, right? Because it might be 6 weeks. It might be 8. We might do 3.
Well, there you go.
Depends on Hey, one of these days we're going to do a live stream with a campfire and a bottle of Wild Turkey 101. Do you think I'd do it just one bottle, or do we need like a pint to boot?
No, it'd be
good. That'd be just fine.
If we drank it fast enough, it'd be good.
Yeah, that'll be worth tuning in for. But you're going to want to see those live streams.
You'd see me break a 7-inch oak log on Joe's back.
Yeah, and then there'd be snapping turtles involved and God knows what. But anyway, so keep in mind, $100 challenge coming up from Red Barrel. That'll be a really good one. We really want to give that whiskey away.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, anybody can win $100 worth of free whiskey. I mean, how do you argue with that?
And if I'm correct in my thinking, all 3 packages will be very nice.
Well, all 3 packages will be
unique.
Is that right?
Go on.
No, but yeah, they'll all be. I mean, and they're going to be hand selected by 3 different people. So
yeah,
each person's going to have their own taste or their own ideas about stuff. So,
in theory, a guy could walk up and pick one bottle. And another guy might have the strategy of you could have
9 of those.
9. No, you'd lose. You'd lose the challenge.
Probably.
And so yeah, we want to give that away. Keep that in mind. Let me know if you want to flask. Email us. Hey, if you're a business owner or whoever entertains people, we could have a good time on a corporate event.
There's a lot of people who are just getting into whiskey, and there's a lot of bosses who are just getting into whiskey, and a lot of decision makers who are just getting into whiskey. So yeah, why not?
It doesn't even have to be a corporate event, right? It could be you and a few of your buddies.
Sure.
You could have 5 or 6 of your buddies over.
We've got enough inventory. We can make it work.
We'll figure it all out. And it doesn't have to be Indiana. You could be in Las Vegas. You could be in California. You could be in Saskatchewan, Canada. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Let us know. But we are in central Indiana if you want it to be cost effective. Maybe you could come here and get a hotel. But we'll figure that out. So we've also got an Indiana whiskey tasting tournament coming up. Or an Indiana whiskey tournament coming up. We're starting to get whiskeys in from different Indiana distilleries. So we're really excited about. So we're starting to taste through those, and we'll have a tournament. At this point, it's probably looking at the very end of the year, the first of next year.
I think that'd be fair.
And don't want to let too many cats out of the bag. We got a big episode coming. We've got to work out some logistics on timing at Hard Truth Distillery in Brown County, Indiana.
Yep.
So,
have you ever tried to put a cat in a bag?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot harder to put one in a bag than it is to let it out of a bag.
You ever tried to put 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sack?
Why you gotta cuss?
Let's get that box. What's in the box? What do you think? You all right, old man?
No.
Did you just have a birthday?
I did.
They say it's your birthday. I got my Jack Daniels shirt on because I went to Jack Daniels. You pick. I went to Jack Daniels for the tour. If you've never been there, highly, highly, highly recommend checking that out. You've never been there, have you?
I have not.
I highly
recommend. I tried to stay out of Tennessee.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one time we went to Tennessee when I got married?
I do. That's why I try to stay out.
We went to the bars afterwards?
That's why I try to stay out.
There's 2. I'll do 1.
This is 2.
What's it say? So those of you that
2. This is
those 2. Of you that are new to the channel, we've got 2 bottles of, we don't know what's in here. Do you know what's in here?
Looks pretty light.
Does
Whatever.
look a little light.
Tap water with a little turpentine in it.
You might be with some food coloring.
Yeah.
So tell everybody why we drink them blind.
I don't know why we drink them blind, but did you know that every whiskey manufacturer puts food coloring in their whiskey? You know what? You know who told me that?
Some jackass out in Colorado or something.
A whiskey wise ass told me that.
Don't be a whiskey wise ass. So we drink it blind because we don't care what's on the label. We just want to figure out what's good and what's not good. So let's drink through these. Hey, I did talk to a guy on the phone today from a distillery that I'm really, really excited about.
Is that good?
Doing some stuff on. You don't have to empty it either.
I'm not going to. I'm going to empty it in yours. You like to drink more than I do.
No, stop.
You like to drink more than I do.
You don't have to fill it up.
I'm not filling it up. I'm just pouring more because you like to drink more than I do.
Well, if there's a little left over, maybe we give that to a
There
Patreon.
you go. There's a little left over.
I'm guessing whatever these came out of, there's some more in here.
Maybe.
So you guys already know what we're drinking. We didn't do a little intro video because of all the stuff we had to talk about, but it was in the description of this.
Let's do an outro video and put it on the intro.
Sometimes I wonder. Let's get into these. What do you say? That smells good. It's got a little sweet smell to it. Now, do you want to explain to everybody what tasting notes you're going to be getting in this?
Well, no. No. You know why?
Cardamom right off the bat.
You know why I don't do that?
Tell them.
You know why.
What, because they're stupid?
Yeah. Well, they're not stupid. It's just
No, they're stupid.
It's the same thing you taste.
That just makes it stupid.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, what?
You know, I got online and was looking up tasting notes for different whiskeys just because that's what I do. There was literally like, for one whiskey in particular, there was like 85 tasting notes from all different kinds of people. So you tell me how that's possible.
So I picked not a random whiskey. I just picked a very popular whiskey, and I just happened to pick Old Forester 1920. You've seen the sheet I made on that.
I haven't.
So I just watched like 4 YouTube channels that talked about it, and I wrote down every single tasting note. There's like 652.
Now, does that make any damn sense?
No, that's why we're going to do an episode just on that in Old Forester 1920. We're going to break it down and be like, oh yeah, this is good. You should buy a bottle.
Well, I can already tell you that.
Right, that's what you should deduct from that whole nonsense. Not half-baked oatmeal bread cookies.
You never had a bread cookie?
They come out of the oven too early.
Cast iron oven.
Yeah, with charcoal burning in the fireplace and hickory nut. And
Joe's not a fan of tasting notes.
No. I'm a fan of both of these whiskeys, though.
Is that right? I haven't tasted either one of them.
We'll get on with it, but we got to shorten these things up. People ain't got time to deal with it. They're good. Sweet. You get sweet?
A little sweet.
Do you remember when Sweet Wheat beat Maker's Mark?
A
couple videos ago.
Damn it.
Hey, what do you think of my new hat? Red Barrel Liquors.
Nice.
I got one out there for you.
Good liquor store, Central Indiana. If you're in Morgan County, you should check it out, I think.
I think if you're in Central Indiana, you ought to go down there and check it out. Or Southern Indiana.
Yeah. Well, I
think they're awful close in taste.
You do?
I do.
You get enough water in there?
1 drop, 2 drops in that one because there's more liquor. Because you overdid it.
Story of my life.
Yeah, no shit. What do you think about them? Do you think they're good? I don't think water changed number 2. No, nah. Water doesn't make no difference to me. Wish I had a Budweiser. I'm out. We gotta cut this video and go to the liquor store.
Go ahead.
Go down to Red Barrel. You think he's gonna have Budweiser?
Lots of it.
We're all just waiting on you.
Well, I maybe put a little drop of water in them, see what they taste like. I know I'm slow. I'm sorry.
You think?
Let's find something to talk about. Keep people entertained.
Let's talk about these flasks that we had made.
Yeah.
You say we don't give a rat's ass what's on the label. I did have a suggestion from Steve. Patreon member Steve, you rock. Steve had a suggestion to have it say, I don't give a rat's ass what's on the label when somebody buys one.
Yeah, I think it'd make more sense.
Yeah, which we can change that. This is a prototype.
Prototypical.
And there's a fair chance, just in complete transparency, that the flask will change ever so slightly. Just these are a little harder to get a hold of than we thought they'd be, so they may just change to a different black hip flask. So, like, boom, you can put your name on the back if you so choose.
Yep.
Very, very cool. And then we're going to start talking about T-shirts that say, I don't give a rat's ass what's on the label. Don't be a bourbon butthole. Don't be a whiskey wise ass. Don't be a...
No.
Don't say that.
No.
We got another one. Just we just been playing around with some
let it
designs.
go.
It's a little pot still. Just says Bourbon Battle.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Let us know your suggestions in the comments below. Let us know what you want to see. Hey, let us know what you want to see in future battles, just like today's. Hey, Joe, Patreon member Joe, we are going to do in the next, let's just call it 5 or 6 episodes. We don't want to get, we've got some commitments that we have to make, but we're going to do like a little mini weeded tournament. Joe, Patreon member Joe asked for that.
Okay.
We'll try to get to everybody's request, but if you're a Patreon member, you go to the top of the list.
I think everyone should also just pay attention for the $100 challenge and the Hard Truth Distillery episodes, because they're both going to be really good and informative, especially if you have any questions about the Hard Truth Distillery.
And just
because I'm going to ask all the questions that everybody wants to be able to ask.
We'll put a little thing together. We'll take pictures or film where appropriate, where we're allowed. I'm sure there's spots they would prefer us not to do that. We'll be cognizant of that. Hopefully, my hope is it comes out as like a miniature tour, right?
Can't take any pictures of barrelheads.
There?
Probably not.
You can at Castle and Key. You know why? Because they don't want you. I know what they're making because I've been there.
Right.
But
I'm ready whenever you are.
Just give me 1 second and then we'll get to it.
Let's go.
And then we're talking to probably 5 or 6 more distilleries. We're going to do the same thing as we work out the details. Some of these guys have...
Hey.
What do you
talk
say?
About the experiment we got going on?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't want it to be... We got experiments going on out in the shop.
We could potentially...
blow your whiskey minds off.
Yes, and really upset a lot of people, but really make a lot of other people really, really happy.
We'll just say we're playing with whiskey, we're playing with staves, and we're playing with other things. And if you're a Patreon member, you'll probably reap those benefits way more than anybody else in Patreon giveaways. So join Patreon. It's only $5 a month. You ready to pick? I say one of these is just a little bit... I'm going to say... better, but close.
I'm going to say one's a little better.
So we both think these are fairly similar. You ready to pick? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Chad picked 1, I picked 2.
We actually finally split.
But the great thing about that is we both said they're extremely close. Yeah. I think you could have picked either one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So which one did you pick?
The reason I picked number 1 is because I think number 1 was better with a little water.
Well, you want to talk about what number 1 is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Russell's Reserve Single Barrel.
Which is?
It's 110 proof, 8 to 10 years old. 75, 13, and 12. It's from Wild Turkey, obviously.
You're going to shit when you see what kind of episode we just did. Put them glasses down so we can put this other bottle up here. So this is an episode that I've been wanting to do for a long time. You guys already know what we're doing, so let's cat out of the bag. But Chad doesn't know. I only know because I just opened that piece of paper. I picked the store pick. This is a store pick versus the shelf product.
I picked the shelf product?
You picked the shelf product.
There you go. It's the same whiskey. They taste definitely different.
They do taste like, but
they're close, but there's definite distinctions in the two of them.
So here's another store pick that's unopened. Chad may have picked that, and I may have picked the store one.
Yeah.
I think definite distinction, and that's kind of what the road we wanted to go down is we're going to start to talk about store picks a lot in the coming months with
Where's
Alec.
this store pick from?
That one is from Meyer.
It's a Meyer store pick. So
Mm-hmm.
that's Indiana batch number 1868. It's aged 9 years. So there you go.
And this is another Meyer store pick, aged 8 years.
You're all about the Meyer store picks.
That's
Bob.
where I find them.
Well, that's all right.
That's great whiskey.
Yeah.
It was sweeter than I thought it would be.
I didn't think that either one of them were bad.
No, it's good
And,
stuff.
and to know that they're 8, 9, 10 years old, it looks a lot lighter in those bottles for some reason. That's because there's tint in these bottles, I bet.
Man, we're holding it up to that bright ass light.
Fair enough.
So that's kind of the road we wanted to go down.
I had no idea.
Our store pick's better. In this case, I thought it was a little bit better, but not by much.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Buffalo Trace store picks. I think they're wildly different than the shelf product.
Could be.
We need to do one of the, even if it's just you and I do one of those blinds sometime, see if we agree with that statement.
Right.
Pretty interesting stuff. Chad says it all the time, you should taste your store picks, and
My opinion is don't buy a store pick if they don't have one that you can taste. That's just my opinion. And I've been guilty of doing it, don't get me wrong.
I do it.
But if I have my chance to taste it before I buy it, I'd much prefer that.
This is great whiskey. If you've never tried the plain old off the shelf one, I highly recommend you get one of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's a single barrel whiskey that's 110 proof. How do you argue with it?
This is batched whiskey, 90 proof, 10 years old, the Russell's Reserve. It's fantastic. I like this better. I think you do too, don't you?
No, this? Yeah.
The single barrels.
Yeah.
They also
What I really like,
they also make a rye.
that's not the one I really like.
Which one do you really like?
Behind Horsies.
Oh yeah, I would say that I don't know if this is my favorite Wild Turkey product.
That right there is my second favorite.
It's one of these two. I've not had the Russell's 13.
No.
If anybody out there that really likes our program here, we would really like to get our hands on a couple ounces of Russell's 13 for an episode.
It's tough to do right now.
Yeah, I mean, we want to taste it. You can't go wrong with this stuff. Will make you gobble.
Guaranteed. Been there, done that.
I'm a big
Kentucky Spirit. You ain't taste Kentucky Spirit?
Yeah. So
You got any
Long Branch, Matt,
Texas whiskey?
Mesquite. If you like the Wild Turkey 101, this is Wild Turkey 101 in a single barrel. And if you like barbecue pork in your whiskey, you can get this nonsense from Matthew McConaughey.
Hey.
I don't like it. You do though, don't you?
It's not bad.
And if you want to spend more than it's worth with Wild Turkey, get Bond and Lillard.
So there's a bunch of all the Wild Turkey products right here. Plus the Master Distillers collection comes out every year. And
This is your basic stuff.
This is stuff you'll find on the shelf.
These are a little harder.
The Bond and Lillard. I've never seen really the Saffel. But
These are the two you don't want out of that whole batch. Besides that, barbecue beef brisket bourbon. Did you see Old Forester came out with a barbecue beef brisket bourbon last week?
Don't care.
It's out of Texas, just like that nonsense. Hey, we want to remind you, don't be a bourbon butthole. Go try stuff. Find what you like. Drink it the way you like it. If you like it on the rocks, in a soda, whatever. If you like it in lemonade, do it your own way. Fruit punch, we don't care.
That's a good rhyme.
Do you think I should be a musician?
No.
Hey, whatever you do, don't drink and drive. Enjoy it with your friends.
Please.
What are you supposed to do?
If you drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl.